Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lorraine Alternative Homesteading on January 23rd, 2025, and I've got some news that I'm going to read to you in case you haven't seen it already. But before I do, please remember to hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel grow, get the message out there. And I want to say that I posted 2 videos last night, really short ones, from my security cameras. Now, what happened was I took a detox bath. When I got out of the bath, I was listening to affirmations. Suddenly, it stopped. It's 3 hours long, and it totally stopped. I checked it. I checked my Wi-Fi. I checked my cameras. Everything stopped. Somebody was on my property. The roosters start crowing. So that means, and I saw security lights, I saw motion sensor lights turn on outside, but meanwhile, like, I just got out of the bathtub. And I could not get back onto YouTube. I couldn't get onto TikTok. I couldn't get onto anything. I got signed out of the app for my cameras all at the same time, right after the 1:52 a.m. creeper drove down the county road. Then between 3 and 3:30 a.m., I had no camera footage. I did have some sound footage from inside of an uninhabited shed where I've got a camera. So they didn't get to wipe clean everything. So somebody was obviously on my property. Somebody used a Wi-Fi jammer to disconnect everything for literally half an hour. My roosters were crowing at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I couldn't get anything back. I couldn't sign into my cameras for another half an hour. I wasn't even getting the alerts from the camera company to log in until this morning, hours later. So I don't know what happened. Also, I had to call AAA to get my car started, evidently because it was so cold the other day. So the guy comes over. Not yesterday, the day before. It starts up again. Everything is fine. I wake up yesterday morning, 10 o'clock, try to start the car. Does not start again. So I've got to call AAA again to come over. Something else happened today. I felt fine doing my morning chores and everything. I go into the cat's building. There's that disgusting dust. It's a film all over the windows, the mirror, all over everything. It doesn't matter how often I clean. I've got little filters around, not enough to get rid of this stuff. I clean everything up, come back in the house, take a sip of my cocoa coffee that had been sitting there, and literally, I feel like I had been drugged. I was drugged. I'm not going to say I felt like I got drugged. I was drugged. I felt totally out of it for no reason at all. Just after drinking something that I had on my kitchen counter, after being in the cat's building. And then I sit down here to read my mail and everything, and I get knocked out. And then I don't wake up until noon, and my front door is open. This is not normal. This is not healthy. And these criminals, these disgusting, despicable, Luciferian, Satanist creepers are on me 24/7. Now, I know other targets out there that are having the same problems. But this is totally off the charts. And I'm going to say it for the record. No one has permission to record, videotape, surveil me, eavesdrop, through-the-wall radar, remote neural monitor, pinhole cameras, look through my eyes, hear through my ears, any of that technology that they are using, your weapons testing, your poisoning, your dust, your aerosols. I do not consent. I eat organic food. I don't do drugs, don't smoke cigarettes, don't smoke marijuana. I eat organic food. None of these symptoms should be happening to me at all. At all. However, you have to laugh. You have to laugh. I get the local newspaper, right? It says Kentucky has a very high rate of respiratory illness by Melissa Patrick, Kentucky Health News. It has a very high rate of respiratory, especially among children. They go on and on and on. It's just a perfect storm of different ways of hitting Kentucky, high levels, blah, 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 opposed to other states. Right? They're talking about viruses, the spread of these viruses. The doctors urge Kentuckians to practice good hand hygiene, stay at home when they're sick, blah, 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 blah. There is no mention anywhere of how the skies are being sprayed every day. Sometimes multiple times a day. Multiple times a day. And that there is a bill on record right now for a law to be passed to ban the spraying of the skies and charge the pilot with a $500,000 fine for doing so. So, Melissa Patrick, Kentucky Health News, I don't know where you're getting your news from. If we have a high rate of respiratory illness, do some research. Go look up at the sky. It's being done deliberately. Okay? Stop naming all these viruses and these flus and blah, 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 blah. It's all in the sky. It's being done deliberately to Kentuckians. And that's why people are moving out of Kentucky. Okay? So anyway. And the fact that, like where I live in Jackson County, there is a high level of Luciferian Satanists, witches that perform witchcraft, spells, rituals, and stuff. And the fact that there are three Freemason lodges, all within walking distance of my house. Yes. Well, literally within walking distance. Well, within a couple of miles of my house, you know? What's the likelihood of that happening? Why would there be 3 in this area when there's the whole state, the whole county, but all the county lodges are right here in my town? Another reason why I want to get out of here. Okay, so, but here's the real news. And thank you, subscriber, for passing along these articles. I've got a doozy to read to you. Trump's FBI overhaul puts untouchable feds on notice. Former agent. Trump named Brian Driscoll to serve as acting director of my favorite Bureau of Instigation, dated January 22nd, 2025. Yes. Yes. President Donald Trump has promised to usher in a new era in America's top investigative unit, the FBI, with day one changes being implemented as key senior roles are reassigned. The agency's shakeup began when former FBI Director Christopher Wray, who was nominated by Trump in his first administration, announced last month that he would step down from his post. Hours before Trump was sworn in, acting director Paul Abate similarly stepped down. The Associated Press reported, citing a person familiar with the matter, that the longtime head of the Justice Department's Office of Internal Affairs, Bruce Schwartz, was reassigned along with as many as 20 other staffers. On Monday, the White House announced Brian Driscoll as acting director of the FBI. Driscoll's time as acting director will presumably end when Kash Patel is confirmed as the FBI's next director by the U.S. Senate. Throughout former President Biden's term, bye-bye Biden, the FBI was entangled in repeated scandals, prompting President Trump to promise to root out corruption in the FBI and the Department of Justice. The 6 biggest FBI scandals under the Biden administration. Former FBI agent and Fox News contributor Nicole Parker told Fox News Digital that Abate's retirement was a quote-unquote, it's a good idea. He had to have known that his days were likely very much numbered, she said. It's been widely publicized and well known that Paul Abate was involved in pushing the raid at Mar-a-Lago. Also, he was very involved in pushing the January 6th misdemeanor cases that were worked rigorously at the FBI. I imagine that he knew, rather than being removed upon Trump's arrival, that it might be his best interest to just move on. And I think that probably was a good idea on his part, she said. Gotta save some face, right? If you're a criminal, might as well just retire. One day, President Trump signed a memorandum entitled Restoring Accountability for Career Senior Executives. He asserted that federal employees are able to be fired. I came from the private sector before the FBI, and I noticed such a contrast. The private sector, if you're not doing your job, of course you're going to get fired. But when you come to the federal government, there was almost this mood of, we're untouchable, Parker said, sort of like qualified immunity. And I really believe that those days are over. You're working for the American taxpayers. It's their taxpayer dollars that need to be put to good use. And if you're not doing your job, you really should be removed, she said. I do believe that there will be people who may not be on board with Trump's plans, and they'll choose to walk away on their own. Digital exclusive, ongoing FBI director on the biggest threats facing Americans. Driscoll is now heading the agency as Patel begins the Senate confirmation process. Patel's Senate confirmation hearing is scheduled to begin Wednesday, January 29. And then Trump names Brian Driscoll to serve as acting FBI director after sudden Abate retirement. Driscoll, a veteran of the agency, joined in 2007, according to a statement of the White House website. Robert Kissane, the top counterterrorism agent in New York, will serve as acting deputy director, the White House said. Prior to being appointed as acting director, Driscoll most recently served as a special agent in charge of Newark Field Office. He also previously served as the commander of the FBI's Hostage Rescue Team, HRT, and Critical Incident Response Group's Tactical Section Chief. Before his career in the FBI, he was a special agent with the Naval Criminal Investigative Service. The agency said in release, he earned a bachelor's degree in English from Villanova University, a master's in public policy and international relationships from Pepperdine University. And that's that on that wonderful article, but the best is yet to come. Oh my goodness, let me find it now. I have a spreadsheet. One second. I've got too much mail. Too much going on here. Computer problems. Okay, let's see if this is it. I hope everybody's doing well. It's cold here. It was 13 degrees this morning. Still snow and ice on the ground. And thank you, the 2 subscribers that donated to the rescue. I received notification from Chewy about the dry cat food. That's in the process of being packaged up and on its way. Okay, so I've got it right here. Let's see if I can expand this, because this is quite interesting. Okay, so I have a spreadsheet here. Estimate project costs. Psychological and mind control operations against American citizens. This is revised December 2017. Now just put your little calculators on, okay? 2017. Okay? American tax dollars at work likely cost over $3 million per year to control just 1 to 2 targeted individuals. This is revised December 2017. Fusion or operation center costs and the full-time agents and perps. Okay? So, you know, I expand this and sometimes it gets a little bit blurred. So the monthly expense for, let's say, one operator at the Fusion Center, hourly cost. An hourly cost is $38 per hour. A monthly cost is close to $6,000 a month for one operator. One Fusion Center operative cost in 2017. Okay? Now the overhead, including company overhead, $68,211 in 2017. And how about the full-time agents, perps? Okay? On a monthly basis, billable hours per month, 160 hours per month. Hourly, they've got here $218. Monthly, $3,200, including labor costs. Then it goes, there's an additional $3,100, including company overhead. Total perps cost $21,504 in 2017. How about the neighborhood local perps? Billable hours per month, 80 hours per month per neighbor fuck up. Each neighbor bills 80 hours per month in 2017. Per hour, they can get $218. Your tax dollars. Local perps cost include savings $7,884 in 2017. Okay, let me just scroll down here because the more I increase this, I'm losing the bottom. Okay, the bottom line is the total cost to torture 1 to 2 targeted individuals per year in 2017. Are you ready for this? $3,735,266.16. 1 to 2 targeted people per year. Now the cost of torture, 1,000 targeted individuals, goes up to almost $2 billion per year. Taxpayers, are you listening to me? This is a real program. It's a real COINTELPRO, MK Ultra, Secret Society, Neighborhood Watch, Community Watch, Criminals on Patrol, MOPS, COPS, WOPS, LOPS, and WOPS. COPS, Criminals on Patrol. MOPS, Morons on Patrol. POPS, Predators and Perverts and Pedos on Patrol. LOPS, Losers on Patrol. WOPS, Witches on Patrol. Okay? Your tax stars, this is 2017. It likely costs over $3 million per year to control 1 to 2 targets. 2017. Now, I would venture to say that it's double now. I look forward to questions and comments down below, and I will attempt to post this. I'm going to have to convert this into a format that I can upload to the community page. Because right now, as I'm seeing this, I'm going to have to convert it to a JPEG or something. So anyway, What do you think, guys? I look forward to questions and comments down below. This was taken from a Facebook page, and it was sent to me today. I've got it in my photo gallery. I'm not sure exactly what format it's in, but I will try to get it to the community page at some point. I look forward to questions and comments down below. And I will say something else. I do not consent. I do not consent to torture, surveillance, poisoning, harming my animals, trespassing, illegal entry, your microwaves, your radiation, destroying my health. I don't consent. You do not have my permission. I am totally sane, free-thinking, intelligent, educated. And I have more evidence coming out of my ears to snag every one of you, including every one of these neighbors here. And yes, to answer your question, the letters that were sent to the my local sheriff, no response. There's been no follow-up on the unalived animal in my mailbox. No arrests made. No investigation. No interviews with neighbors. Not about the poopy diapers. Not about the trash on my driveway. No investigation. No follow-up. Nothing. But I think that given what's going on here, that heads are rolling. And even though the targeted individual program per se, specifically, may not be shut down, what he is doing is he is dismantling, the president is dismantling part of the networks that contribute to these programs. And in disabling the networks, the money is going to disappear. Some of these programs, these fundings, this needs to be sent to, what is it, Elon and Cash Patel? They're going to be heading the government efficiency department to cut costs. Well, this is a wonderful way to cut costs, because follow the money. Although some of these losers will more than likely do it for free. You know, if they're coerced enough, they collect enough money individually. If they're not getting funded, a lot of things will dry up. So anyway, so to summarize, heads are rolling at the FBI. People are leaving. Christopher Wray, bye-bye, bye, bye-bye. Hopefully you won't become a gang stalker, and hopefully they will revoke your security clearance, because once you leave, there's no reason for you to have a security clearance anymore. None of you guys should have a security clearance. Bye. Kentucky respiratory illnesses, all you need to do is look up. Problem solved. Stop spraying the skies. Everyone will breathe easier. And this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I do not consent, and I am perfectly sane. I would never take my own life. I eat organic food. I don't smoke, drink, or do drugs. I don't even take an aspirin. I don't drink soda. I don't eat meat. I should be the healthiest person on the planet, and I was. And you could see the photos of me in my 50s. And in my 60s, and what they're doing to me now. And I will have another interview coming up. And unfortunately, the interview with Kimberly Mosley, I gave her the recording so that she can upload it to her channel. That has not been done yet. I would like for her to do that. If she chooses to not, that's her prerogative. But I will be uploading it again. And what I'll do is I will be cutting it up in shorts. I have to figure out how to do that, but I will be cutting it up, and I will cut out the portion that YouTube alleges is misinformation, and this is for educational purposes only. And the portion was because I reported that my cats had a hole burned in their face, my rooster had a hole burned in his side, all shown to the sheriff's department in person. Deputy was here, saw it in person. I filed a report. Another cat and a dog on the county road. How is that medical misinformation? It's fact. Anyway, I look forward to comments down below. I'm going to sign off for now.